5 Unusual People in the World, Part 84. Hello everyone, I'm Keisha. Nice to see you all again in this video. There are always quirks and absurdities in this life. The body that we think is bad is actually great for many others because the following people really need it. Let's meet them through this video. Are you ready? Let's begin. There have been only 4 cases of infants surviving with a very low level of blood remaining in the body. But this girl is the first to be completely bloodless at birth. Number 5. Maisie Vignay. Maisie Vignay was born in December 2009 in the UK, shocking doctors around the world when discovering that her body didn't have blood like normal people. Not only that, but she was able to inexplicably survive and develop a normal brain. This is considered a miracle and also proves the progress of science. Maisie's mother, Emma Vignes, said she had no problems getting pregnant until week 34. Then, she felt something was wrong when the fetus stopped moving completely. She went to the hospital and the doctor decided to have an emergency cesarean section to save her and her baby before the fetus could stop moving completely. The little girl looked as if she had passed away as soon as she came out of her mother. Her whole body was soft and she didn't even cry. Soon after, Maisie was taken to the intensive care unit. The girl only had a little thin serum in her blood vessels. The doctors tried to find a blood vessel to take a sample, but they couldn't. Explaining the cause of the phenomenon, doctors suspect that Maisie's case is most likely related to fetal bleeding syndrome. Accordingly, during pregnancy, Maisie's mother's body absorbed all the blood of the fetus. After overcoming the most difficult hurdle, the girl miraculously recovered. She goes to school, plays, and lives like all the normal girls. She also studies martial arts and even has good academic results. A girl still has to receive malicious comments from a part of internet users. They say she looks like a monkey and my mouth is ugly. But after all, she still overcomes her fate, inspiring many people in this world. Number 4. Marimar Khorra. Marimar Khorra was born in 1995 from California, USA, with a deformed face. She is unable to eat or talk normally due to a shrink disease. Her entire face is disfigured, causing many people to call her by the name Monkey Girl. According to the doctors, Marimar suffered from cystic hygroma syndrome, which is a tumor on the face. It is known that during the pregnancy, Marimar's mother didn't know that her daughter had this syndrome. It was only when the child was born that she was saddened to see her baby's unusual face. The disease has affected her mouth since birth. Over time, her face and head also grew much larger. She was forced to breathe through a small hole in her throat and eat through a tube in her stomach. However, after many surgeries that lasted for years, she had the face you see now. Not letting the difficult situation hinder her path, Marimar stood up strong and inspired millions of people around the world with her makeup and beauty tutorial vlogs. A rich man fell in love with her and confessed. They have been married, so there are almost no new clips of her now. Many of us have injuries, stretch marks, or minor injuries, all of which leave a story in the form of a scar. We can try to hide these flaws, but what would happen when your scars become the focus of your life? Number 3. Leon. Leon, born in 1976 from Cameroon, has a very strange face with a chin that looks like an alien. However, this is not a tumor from birth, but it is the result of a terrible accident. Let's learn more about this man. The cause of this strange tumor was a traffic accident that occurred while he and his friend were riding a motorbike. Given the extent of his friend's life-threatening injuries, Leon considered himself lucky with only minor injuries around his jaw. However, it didn't receive medical attention, then developed into a keloid tumor, which grew larger and heavier every day. With this keloid tumor, he had many problems with communication and also at work. is growing every day, making it look as if he had to carry a big dumbbell on his face. His children also could not recognize their father when he returned to the village. The wife and family also suffer from bad comments from people around. 15 years later, it was so big that it took a toll on his life, and volunteer surgeons from the charity Mercy Ships removed the tumor. The tumor was successfully removed, and the skin was grafted to patch the remaining wound around his jaw. Soon after, a smile began to appear on his face where there had been sadness. The scar tissue that had formed from years of torment and ridicule has gone. Although medicine has been more developing and improving, sometimes doctors still have a lot of difficulties when facing with rare cases. One of them is this guy's case. Number 2. Arpit Gohil. Arpit Gohil was born in 1997 in India. He is a very special person with an unimaginable ability to survive. He is one of the few people in the world whose heart is located outside of his chest but still works under his delicate skin. According to the doctors, he has a syndrome called Pantality of Cantrell, a rare condition that affects the development of the fetus and causes the baby to be born with vital organs, such as the heart or intestines, outside the body. This is a very rare medical condition, and Gohil wouldn't have been able to survive. Immediately after realizing the different signs on their son's body when he was born, Gohil's parents were very confused and desperate. But miracle happened. Gohil has grown up normally and has never had any complications throughout the years. Therefore, his family didn't think about the heart surgery for him anymore. He still participates in activities such as climbing trees, driving rickshaws, cycling, or doing farm work to help his parents. However, it is a fact that the defects in the body will make Arpit easily hurt if he just slips, falls lightly, or bumps somewhere. This also means that if the body is infected, the health condition will become much more serious than the average person. Number 1. Nikki Lee. Nikki Lee, born in 1985 in Essex, England, boasted that she has slept with 5,000 men since losing her virginity at the age of 16. Nikki Lee said she has sex wherever possible, from nightclubs, alleys, balconies, parks, to cinemas and dance floors for teenagers. Nikki also proudly boasts that she often has sexy vacations. During the break, she takes advantage of time to have sex at clubs, on the beach, on the balcony. To keep memories, she also detailed each time she went to bed with her lover in a small red notebook and gave them grades. Some of her friends think that she needs treatment for her sex addiction, but Nikki insists that she is not a sex addict. It's just that she enjoys it and doesn't want to be treated. At 18, Lee's diary contained the names of 800 people who had slept with her. Turning 21 years old, this number has increased to 2,289. And then, the list was over 5,000 people. Even on vacation on the island of Ibiza, Lee had fun with 4 men in one evening. A sex and behavior expert said she was shocked by the news that Nikki slept with so many men. Technically, it is possible, but emotionally, it is very dangerous. Sleeping with many strangers will make you emotionally numb and seriously affect your psyche. Even to find a life partner, she had to travel outside her hometown, as there wasn't a man she didn't know in the place where she lived. They are special, aren't they? I think if I were one of them, I would gladly take pride in my life as well. If you know someone special, leave your comments below. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to watch more interesting videos. And now, goodbye and see you again.